my TV show, which is called Involved. The interesting thing about this show is it's around polyamory. So yeah, you're probably poly already, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now, you know what I'm saying?
We got some time.
Everyone supported us differently, you know, because we were new and coming in, you know what I mean? I got to meet Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? When I look back on that time in hindsight, I was moving so fast as a youngin', I didn't even get to like bask in it. Come on, man.
At this particular point in time in your life, honestly, keeping it funky, I was the hater. Like, look, I can dance too. Touch me. Yo, what are you doing? I'm giving you unbelievable content for the masses. And you just gonna keep it to yourself? Do me a favor, tap that red button right there, subscribe, and it literally takes no time. Try it and see what happens. Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Cam Newton the Son, Mr. Boogie the All, and I'm here with another episode of Funky Friday. And I promise, I really do promise, to give good content for the masses, but most of all, I promise to keep it funky for your asses. Now, this particular guest needs no introduction, but I must admit, since we're keeping it funky, I might as well say he's the reason why I hated boy bands and boy groups growing up, because it was so many times I had to cut through the minutia of just girls at my age just falling in love with like him. Reality, TV personality, actor, multifaceted, an artist. I present to some, introduce to others. The Mr. Omarion.
Hey, my brother Cam, what's going on, baby? How you feeling?
Man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Listen, gotta keep it 100 with you. I'm concerned. Like, You've been in this game for a long time, bro.
Yeah.
And how are you able, or just able to manage this industry?
Well, I definitely always first give credit to my foundation, my family, you know what I mean? I come from, a matriarchal, you know what I'm saying, nothing but women around, surrounded by love. So I always give honor to that foundation, because it allowed me to function in a certain type of way in this space, you know what I'm saying? I always felt supported, and even in my moments of being discouraged, my family was always there to support me. So many others don't have that, foundation.
No solid foundation.
Yeah, no real support, you know what I'm saying? And encouragement, and that's so needed, on any journey to be great, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whether it's sports, or whatever it is, it's gonna be down moments that you really need a solid foundation to support you. So I always give credit, to my mom and my nana and my auntie and all of the women that raised me.
So when you say that situation and that dynamic, like, do you come from a big family, siblings? Like,
well, I'm actually the eldest of my siblings. I would say, it's like a medium big family. You know what I mean?
How many?
On my mom's side, it's me, and then I have a brother and two sisters, and then on my dad's side, I got two sisters and a brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, my nana was the kind of woman, that like motherhood the community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was always extended family around. You know what I mean? And that's why I fell into entertainment so very easy. My mom was young when she had me. She was 16. You know what I'm saying? So it was a kid raising a kid. So I had a lot of freedom to explore. And I love sports, but music is kind of what stuck. So yeah, having a supportive mother allowed me to just figure out my way.
Man, it's something keen that you just said, and I'm curious to know, like, when was your first recollection of understanding that you have a gift? And how did your parents nurture that to what we have seen over your career?
Right, well, I always was a kid that did a lot of things, the first, I guess, entryway into the business was acting. You know what I mean? I went to all kind of schools. I went to this school called LAFA, a fine arts school. You know, I went to the Boys and Girls Club. You know, when I was coming up, it was a little bit different because kids were actually outside every day. I was outside every day.
You came back inside musty.
Yeah, all the time.
Sweaty.
Yo, I was hooping, and it's really funny because my son, you know, he was playing soccer. He's still playing soccer, but now he's into basketball.
Yeah.
And I just watched their functionality and also just how much harder they are on this. You know, like back in the day when I was coming up, you had to learn all of that. You know, on the playground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't classes or course or these. Cause he's playing over at what's that school Bronny went to? It's a high school near
Sierra,
yeah. Like my son he's practicing there.
Yeah.
And all the kids they high level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're agile, they're tall. And that wasn't so prevalent when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Like for me, being and growing to the person that I am, my greatest teacher was my peer group. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And like, I see now, especially in the sport of football, even basketball, like motherfuckers that get trainers and, you know, gurus. And I'm like, how the fuck did you become a guru and you didn't even play this sport?
Right.
But you know, it's crazy.
Right.
But I remember like growing up and I was always enamored by people who were better than me. Mm-hmm. And I would acknowledge the respect there, like, oh, I'm gonna take that from him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to disrespect the art of dancing, but it's kind of similar too. It's like when somebody do some shit and you be like, oh,
right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that. Right. Like today, like I seen somebody do like my signature thing is like love, right? Like it's just to promote love. Yeah. And then the dude kind of threw it at me like, yeah, bro. I said, what the fuck was that? He's like, man, my nana used to do that, so boom. I love you. And I was like, yo, I'm taking that shit, you feel me? But, and the crazy thing about nowadays, like niggas will take some shit and they don't even cite the source.
Oh, for sure.
Like, they be like, nigga, I came up with this shit. Yeah. Like, nigga, no the fuck you didn't. This whole flow, this whole steez is from so-and-so.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, that is the best way to learn, like being around it. Like I have 7 children, right? And the thing about it is like, my kids can easily be in the house all day, immersed in YouTube, just TikTok, just Instagram, just YouTube, just TikTok, just Instagram, just YouTube, Netflix, like. And I'm like, man, if you don't get y'all asses outside,
come on.
It's like, bro, what are we doing? It's a lot of y'all. I created y'all with the help of a lot of God and the help of a lot of great women to make sure that y'all don't need no friends. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all go outside, you know what I'm saying? And the busted lip ain't never killed nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
it's gonna figure it out. So that's just my parenting style, you know?
Yeah, no, that's what's up. And you know, I was just getting to how unique my sustainability has been based off of that experience, those experiences in the neighborhood. You know, that's where really I feel like my tenacity, you know, has been really stricken. And you know, those performing arts class and those things in school that, you know, sometimes kids don't even actually have access to at this particular point in time. And also, too, I would like to highlight that, you know, I never stopped at just being, you know, one-dimensional as an artist. And I think it's real important in all that we do, you know what I mean, that we're multi-dimensional beings, you know what I'm saying? So stepping away to write a book, you know what I mean, Unbothered the Power, Choosing Joy, you know what I mean, I just sold my first TV show called Involved to All Black. What? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be starring in the dramedy, and you know I'm a creator of it. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, not just being pigeon-held off of, you know,
what people knew you as or know you as,
expanding. And I feel like, you know, that's an important message for all creatives. You know what I'm saying? In sports too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love how expansive, you know what I mean? And you know, my interaction with you was only from a distance in the way you play, you know, because, you know, as a mover, as somebody that moves, you know, the smallest move will tell me about who you are, you know what I'm saying? Being in your position, and I always have had a type of respect for you, but meeting you now, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That shit makes sense. You know, you meet somebody, you be like, oh, that shit makes sense. Okay, for sure.
But you know, it's crazy. That right there, and I want to get to a point before we get into our game. Is it was so disheartening coming into the industry of like notoriety, you know what I'm saying? Because it runs parallel, like athlete, entertainer, artist, movie, like it's all of it. And the thing that disheartened me the most was, let's say Omarion, right? I've met so many people that I'd be like, yo, that nigga lame as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro. Like, that's not my type of nigga. But I fuck with his art. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But then you have to start realizing it's like, yo, that's not them. That's what they create, you know what I mean? And it can work double fold, because there's been times where I was like, nah, bro, I don't really fuck with Holmes. And then all of a sudden, like, you meet him, it's like, damn, like that. He's solid, you know what I'm saying? Or the world paints him to be crazy.
Exactly.
And he's not like that. He's very articulate. He's very, you know, intentional in what he does. And it's crazy that, like, you gotta find out for yourself on that, but it is what it is.
In every shadow, every spotlight, there's a tale. And my Meshika hat is the narrator. You know, I never step out without a hat. There's a reason for that. It's more than just a hat, it's a vibe. It's the main character. These aren't your run-of-the-mill hats, folks. They're handcrafted and tailored to you. Here's the deal. You can rock a Meshika hat too. Head to Meshika.com, use the code FUNKY to get 10% off, and trust me, once you feel that Meshika magic, there's no turning back.
I think the thing for me too is, what keeps you going? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of folks with your lineage or your resume, bro, they would have been burnt out. Like, yo, what the fuck happened to? You know what I'm saying? Like, starting out with a group, then morphing into this, then morphing into that, then like, yo, I see him on a damn movie, and oh shit, by the way, that's motherfucker right there. Like, boom, through. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? How? Like, how do you do it, and how did it come about?
So, you know, being able to, you know, perform, tell people stories, you know, continue to entertain, you know, it's really my purpose. You know, my purpose, you know, is to remind people that, you know, joy is a choice. And that is something that is, you know, a revolving message to myself, to the universe as well. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, in this life, it's not always easy, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And you really have to choose joy. You really have to decide that that's something that you want for your life. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to heightened experiences. You know what I mean? Joy being one, you know what I mean? Like, we throw that word around, but once you actually get into the act of it, you know, it's deep, man.
Bliss.
Dance is joy, you know? That's why when you see people win money, they start dancing. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's an action, you know what I mean? So it is, you know, I've tasked myself, you know, along with having the ability to act, you know what I mean, which I can't wait to get into that. You know, me and my boys, we always have conversations about who our favorite actors are, you know, at this particular point in time, you know what I mean? So I can't wait to get back on the screen and share those stories. Those stories is why I feel like, you know, life is beautiful, you know, because you never really know who, you know, is going through something, or, you know, who you might connect with that can share some information with you to take you to the next level.
Stay right there, and I don't want to lose this train of thought. But where did this stem from? Were you like in a dark place? Because you're a very eclectic, you know what I'm saying, person. And after, you know, we touch on something, it's like I can the radiance of spirituality
Yeah.
is there. What sparked that intuition?
That's an interesting question. I would say my fair shares of wins and losses. You know what I mean? I'm a person that has always been inspired by what people said I couldn't do. That had become, my fuel. And also, the thing that I would, surge my purpose. You know what I'm saying? But then I started really realizing, there was some, potential disadvantages always proving other people, right or wrong, you know what I mean? Without proving it to yourself first. And that was like really profound for me, you know what I mean? Because I was so motivated by people telling me what I couldn't do. I mean, so motivated by it.
You and me, bro.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just like, why? But why? Because of you. Why not because of me?
Yeah.
What's my intentions behind this? Why would I even want to, and on my journey, it just got more and more like that. You know what I mean? To the point to where, I'm very intentional with my music, you know what I'm saying? And, to the point where it's like I can't make certain type of music just because it's not where I am.
But why, in regards to what though? Like when you say I can't make...
Just like music that doesn't help you necessarily thrive and get into a type of mindset, a winning mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I call it self-medicating. You know what I'm saying? Because, sometimes there's doubt, sometimes there's fear.
All the time.
Sometimes there's these things that's really stopping you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From getting to the other side. You know what I mean? And that other side is so beautiful when you choose that for yourself. You know what I mean? It's a wonderful thing. So I want to just be able to continue to share that, with people that are, largely our folks are, different, disenfranchised with their mindset. It starts with really, cultivating a want. What do you want?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And asking yourself, the important questions.
Are you the first one that broke through in your family?
I would say I'm definitely. I know what you mean.
Specifically,
I know what you mean.
Financially.
Yes. All of my lessons I paid for. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? There was no one to walk me through certain situations, especially when it came to business. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of my lessons I had to pay for.
Yeah.
And, I actually wear that proudly. You know what I'm saying? With just being able to realize and recognize that, all of our journeys are different and unique, and that we have our own set of things that we have to overcome. And it's up to us to educate ourselves, to be supportive of not only ourselves, but our community and our family, you know what I mean? So I'm multi-purposed, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm the eldest, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to take care of my family. But I also had to realize that, you can take care of a person to a degree, but they also have to want to be in a different, those were tough lessons for me, you know what I'm saying? Because, no one told me that, disappointment would feel, not so good, you know what I mean? But realizing that, recognizing that's the true experience of a man, that he grows into, that thing that helps him better understand himself and the rest of the world and how he should deal with it.
Yeah, that's beautifully said, man.
Yeah.
I'm actually going through a situation, not necessarily a situation, but I would say like a phase.
Okay.
Of understanding who Cam is, right? My girl and I give her a lot of credit because I would always tease her, man, you so fucking soft, like. And she has unlocked it's okay to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a person who has been scarred before. When I gave somebody like a part of me, and it wasn't handled the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about in an intimate relationship. I'm talking about in business. I'm talking about just peers. I'm talking about coaches. I'm talking about, you know, when you like, yo, I trust you with the decision for giving you me and you don't do right by me. So I've been hurt and I'm emotionally scarred with that. And I think a lot of men, specifically black men, don't have that outlet to identify I'm not okay.
Yeah.
But me not being okay, what do I do?
Yeah.
And what I do has to be healthy. It's not
facts.
It's not counterproductive.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for me is really identifying like, yo, I'm fucked up right now. Giving it the power.
Yeah.
And feeling it like I believe is in this phase of or this wording of carpe diem.
Yeah.
You know, seize the moment, right? And that could be perplexed in any idea, but for me, it really just like take it in. Heartache, pain, love, excitement, joy. You know, and for you, like I'm curious to know this. You started B2K when?
Well, I got in the group when I was about 14, and then we didn't like really like do our thing until we was like 16. So yeah, I was, I say 14.
Would you ever, how many children do you have?
I have 2.
Right.
Yeah, boy and girl.
Would you ever consider like your children getting into this industry of entertainment?
Well, yeah, I mean, I believe that it's something that they have in their back pocket, you know what I mean? Just like my mother, you know, just supported me in whatever I wanted to do. I want to see where they go. Like my daughter right now, she's in gymnastics, and then my son plays soccer. And but I have a piano in my house, but they'll go to that piano every day, you know what I mean?
They know how to play the piano?
Well, they just play around with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it starts there.
It does. For sure. It does. And you know, I also want to just say too, you know, I think you're in a beautiful space, you know what I'm saying? And it's wonderful that a queen, you know, could unlock you like that, because, you know, that is the power of a woman. You know, that's truly what a king really needs is, you know, just a safe space to be able to unlock some things and see vulnerability, you know, as an artist is actually a superpower. You know, when you're able to really fully check in with yourself, you know, you're able to put it inside of your work. You're able to passionately, it comes.
But as the consumer of that work, that's when the best creation.
Period.
Like.
Period.
It's almost like.
Period.
It's like one of my favorite artists is Future.
Okay.
I don't like Future when he in a relationship.
Yeah. All right, so break it down to me. Is it his words?
I like
is it
King
the beats?
Toxic.
Oh, okay.
Pluto. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, don't be telling me about showering you. Like,
okay.
Tell me about the flip-flop situation. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about, you thought it was a drought on something and you stressing like you know what I'm saying? Like that. But when you're going through heartache, pain, situations, that's the same thing in life. Like, you find out a lot about yourself when you push through the edge of like, yo, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And
that's
then,
facts.
boom, you, the greatest thing.
Exactly.
Like, I just commend anybody who's just that, they use that, they don't let it use them, you know.
Yeah, man, Pac said, I'm gonna get paid off my pain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
You get paid off your pain, you know what I mean? So, you know, there is historically, and there's always been, you know what I mean? I was watching this clip on YouTube, and they was talking about how that come from, you know, slavery. You know, when the old woman was singing, you know, the inspiration of the sound, the voice, you know what I'm saying? If you take it all the way back to slavery, the point of pain in which they needed to cross over, you know what I'm saying? And they singing those songs, you know what I mean? So I think that, you know, vulnerability will always, if used in the right way, could really, you know, inspire a culture.
Bro.
You know what I mean? In such a way to just overcome, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of songs like that, but, you know, we got to continue on, you know what I mean, motivating and inspiring others, you know what I'm saying?
Man, let me be obedient to the structure of this show.
Well, it's a Freaky Friday, goddamn.
You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it funky over here.
Oh, funky.
Nah,
It could be freaky ones too.
Nah. See, we gonna leave that. After hours, we got security in here that's gonna check shit at the door. You feel me? He gonna do a whole bunch of sternum and chest pushing. Get back. You know what I mean? So, all right, here we go. So, Omarion, you have made so many movies and music videos that in a way, you have lived multiple different lives. Let's see how well you know your other selves in a game called Multiversed.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to ask you 6 multiple choice questions.
Okay.
They will be all from a video that you have made. Let's see how well you know your different selves. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. Number 1. In the Girlfriend video by B2K, Mr. Biggs picks up his daughter and drives off. Who played Mr. Biggs' driver?
Come on. Ron Isley. Let's go. Oh, you said Mr. Biggs? Yeah, that's Ron Isley.
Mr. Biggs' driver.
Oh, that's Big Boy. That's Big Boy. Yes, sir.
Now, hold on. That ain't what's going on right here. Okay. Correct.
Yeah, that's Big Boy.
In the red scenes from Bump video, what did Fizz have on his hat?
I want to say it was a cross. Was it a cross?
That is correct. Incorrect.
Oh, damn.
Incorrect. I'm sorry, I done pulled a Steve Harvey. That's an incorrect.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
It was the number 41.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, come on, bro. Remember that shit. Fuck. This you. You know what I mean? Here we go. In this video, touch.
Hey.
When you ran into a restaurant to not be seen by the girls driving by, what kind of car did they drive?
It was a Mustang. Or was it a SS? It was a Mustang.
Your videos, bro. I don't...
Come on, man. It was a Mustang. It was a GT.
At this particular point in time in your life, honestly, keep it the funky, I was the hater. Like, fuck that nigga, man. That nigga ain't like, look, I can dance too. Shit, touch me. It says an orange Charger, a yellow Camaro, oh shit. Oh fuck.
What?
I'm tripping.
What? It was the wrong?
It's multiple choice. That's what.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was supposed to pick.
I was supposed to, yeah, bro. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
we can pick it up,
I'm tripping. All
I
right,
was
all right.
trying to remember.
Yeah, I was over here looking like, why the fuck they got all these weak ass. All right, here we go. We got 3 more.
Okay.
All right, fuck that all the way up. Here we go. At the end of the Icebox video, you get in a white Rolls Royce with Timberland.
Yes.
Your clothes appear white. What else appears? Is it A, ice on the window, or B, sunglasses appear on your face?
Sunglasses appear on my face, B.
That's correct.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding. On all friends. All right, here we go. Now I get the game. So much for prepping, right? All right, here we go. In the most iconic dance film of all time, You Got Served. Damn, I just said them. You had Steve Harvey hosting battles. Probably not the best person to be hosting show, but that's neither here nor there. You had Steve Harvey hosting battles before he ever hosted an episode of Family Feud. What was his name in the movie? Was it A, Big Unk? Was it B, OG? Or was it C, Mr. Rad?
Mr. Rad. I was reading the script.
Yeah.
Come on, I know who Mr. Rad was. Hey, you don't fuck with Steve?
I love him.
Oh, okay. I just was wondering.
But you know, he fuck with, he's a comedian, so he fuck with so many folks.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, like, man, Steve Harvey has given me so many Eliante gems. Like,
That's what's up.
Not like physically, but like wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's always a note to. You remember when he did Miss Universe?
Yeah. Man, Steve, he actually, when we were doing the girlfriend video, because you know, Steve, the suit's always been his thing.
Always, the big baggy ones though. Now he
Yeah. Right. But yeah, man, he made suits for all of us, man. We went down to the tailor, you know what I mean? So Steve has always been super supportive in my career.
You had to have cut a lot of fabric because them damn
Come on.
them ankles.
No, we had the big joint. Yeah, we had the big joint, yes, sir.
Just that much of the top.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I love everything about Steve Harvey though, like for sure. Like, I mean, it don't even look like the motherfucking age. It's like so many different phases of Steve Harvey. It's like the Afro Steve Harvey or the bald-headed Steve Harvey. You know what I'm saying? And he's so player too.
Yeah.
So I'm just fucking with your uncle.
Okay, yeah, that's all.
Ease up on me, man. Nah, for sure. Like, nah, he one of them ones for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, last one. In the 10-second viral clip where you danced in all red at the Verizon tour, which one of these did you also do? Was it A, smile to the crowd, B, stick out your tongue, or C, spin around?
I spun around for sure.
It's a lot of spinning.
No? I didn't spin?
I don't know.
I was smiling?
It's a little inappropriate for me to look at another man and tell him what he did. And this says you stuck out your tongue. And one of the main reasons why I was a hater growing up, because it's like this nigga was just on that type of shit.
I stuck out my tongue. Oh, okay. I was on my shit.
Yeah.
I was on my vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't even remember that. Yeah. I was in the mode. You know how you get in the mode, like before the game, and you like, turn on the flip the switch.
What you do though?
You know what I mean? It depends. It depends. I always usually like warm up. You know what I mean? I don't like to hit the stage like cold. You know what I'm saying?
Warm up like you back there doing push-ups?
Yeah, or like, I'll throw kicks and punches, you know what I'm saying? I'll like run a whole little, you know what I mean? And then, I warm up. I don't like to go to the stage cold, you know what I'm saying?
Are you superstitious?
Not particularly, you know what I'm saying? But I do like to have an ambiance, you know what I mean? And a certain type of energy, you know what I mean? Like a relaxation because...
You've always been like that? Or
Nah, because I grew into that, you know what I mean? Because, backstage is crazy. But understanding, like, I need that... They call it in acting, they call it a beat before the moment. You just have a beat with yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that's always been important for me, you know what I mean? Because it'd be so much shit happening, bro. You know what I mean? To get to the stage, that's what some people don't understand. And then when shit start fucking up, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I'm getting to the stage differently. So the one thing that I have to keep the same is that moment before. I just need that moment before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How long does it usually last for?
What, the show or that moment?
No, just like, is it...
It's before and after, actually. It's kind of like, it's like 5 or 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Isolated or you?
Yeah, just to myself.
Okay.
Just to myself, or, Scotty P would be right there, but he'd leave me alone, you know what I mean? And
I can tell.
Had that beat, Yeah, for sure.
I can feel him looking at me right now like, he got that nigga.
Yeah.
Next question, because you ain't gonna Steve Harvey me with all these motherfucking jokes.
But yeah, I take a little beat before, you know what I mean? Because, performing is an energy transfer, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm sure you experienced, at the Beyonce concert, I'm sure you got some of that energy.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa, okay.
It was definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Just a part of the beehive. I had to check myself because I can't go too hard because you got to understand what the Renaissance tour is. And I'm like, I'm straighter than the lines in the street.
You ever seen that meme of this dude doing toxic dance moves to SZA? He like, you at the SZA concert and you like, oh, I can't lose. You know what I mean? So you gotta just find your thugged out move.
Like look
you
around, like who's seeing me? And the only one I really could fuck with, cause like it's like, yeah, I think I'm falling in love.
Right. You get two step.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's my groove right there. You know, I get the and then, bitch, I'm the bomb. Like that one, I was I had to look around and say, like, who's looking at me? Energy.
Who's looking at me?
Energy. And I was like, hold on, like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Hold
Y'all
on.
get y'all shit together, nigga. Like, you know, but
That's hilarious.
tell me this.
Yeah.
I always wanted to know, especially somebody who's been doing it for so long. What was your glory years? Like, if you could go back to this age and you'd be like, yo, bro, like.
Well, you know what? It just keeps on getting better for me. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
want to hear that shit.
No. I'm gonna keep it
wanna
real with
hear
you. I'm
like-
gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you
Okay.
because, you know, there's still a lot of moments in my mind that I have not done just yet. You know what I'm saying? I know from the outside looking in, certain people would say like maybe certain performances, like the BET era was an era when people had a certain level of expectations for shows, and they were also being produced differently. So it was an actual budget versus like, you know, sometimes some award shows, they fill them up with dancers and they're non-dancers. They're not like, you know, they could do a routine, you know, but it's only for it to look big. And so now a lot of, you know, of the moments on certain shows, I mean, you know, give or take a few performers, you know what I'm saying? The expectation is just different, you know? Nobody's gonna sit there and wanna be, you know, quote unquote entertaining. I think it came directly from it being overproduced and not allowing the artists to become, you know what I'm saying? So I would say BET was definitely an era, like, you know what I mean? When I think about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, damn, how many BET awards I got? I got like 6, and then
Subtle flex.
no, I mean, you know, I actually take pride in that because, you know,
As you should.
everybody doesn't give you your flowers all the time, and you know that was a time when the network was being built up to culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 106 in Park.
Being catered to the culture.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not filtered through.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And it's like, oh, here goes this artist from this place. You know what I mean? Like it was a real organic. You know what I mean? So that era, but again, I wouldn't say peak, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like for instance, you know, I would love to be able to put on a Super Bowl halftime performance one day. You know what I'm saying? I would love to, you know, have my own, you know, Vegas play. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a lot
Like
of
residence.
a residency of my own play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like, I didn't mean like,
you mean like in the past?
I'm saying like when you look back, you know, it's always times where like you may link up with, you know what I'm saying, your partners and y'all talk about time. Like, boy, that was a time last night. You know, just that time of your life where you was like, bro, me at this age, bro, I was my best. Yeah. But it was so fun, you know what I'm saying?
It probably was like early B2K then. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we got to do so many things. Like Will Smith was in the Girlfriend video. Like everyone supported us differently, you know, because we were new and coming in. You know what I mean? I got to meet Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah, I got to pull up on him at You Rock My World video shoot because of Rodney Jerkins. You know, that was a time when I was meeting so people. But when I look back on that time in hindsight, it's like, you know, I was moving so fast as a youngin'. I didn't even get to like bask in it. Yeah. And that's why I say, you know, it's like I don't know if I could look at in my glory because, you know, again, you know what I mean, it's not like sports. You know, music is something that you can continue to get great at. Yeah. It's not just based on your body.
And reinvent yourself too.
That, you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's still more for me to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So, but to answer your question, yeah, I would say during that time, you know what I mean? Like when we did the Girlfriend video, you know what I mean? Like everything was fine. Everything was lit too. Show, tour, everything. Like we had our stage, you know what I mean? But also too, when I did Touch, when I was working with Pharrell, that was a time too because he was introducing me to a lot of things, you know? You know, a lot of just fashion and, you know, restaurants. Like we recorded a lot of those records in Miami, you know what I mean? Like he was the first fly dude I seen that had the Bentley, you know, the Brooklyn sitting out there all white, just tailored, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all his vision in all his glory, tailor made down to the smallest detail, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was able to be inspired by that, you know what I mean? And it was like my real experience, you know, it wasn't, you you know, me fantasizing. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's a tangible product there that you can kind of see, and it's like
yeah. And it's creating more as I go. You know what I mean? So I would say those are like real two finite times because, you know, I didn't plan on like going solo. That wasn't like, all right, let me make a plan. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of happened. You know what I mean? And then when it happened, it was happening for me. You know what I mean? And I got to work with, you know, Harvey Mason, you know, the Underdogs, Tank. You know what I mean? I would work with so many people, you know what I mean, that are just incredible.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've definitely had some amazing moments thus far, but I'm looking to create even better ones.
Man, listen, I want to kind of change the tide real quick.
Let's do it.
And we hinted on it briefly, but spirituality.
Yeah.
Like, where you at with it?
Yeah, so the thing that I love the most about spirituality is it's an inward religion, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even a religion, you know what I mean? It's a religion itself. It's or it's a ritual of self, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about spirituality. You know, I speak about this also in my book, you know, coming up Baptist, you know what I'm saying? And having, you know, that example, you know, I even studied, you know, Jehovah's Witness and my mom's boyfriend at the time, he was Seventh-day Adventist, you know what I mean? So I got to really see the landscape of different religions. And, you know, I have to say, you know, spirituality, it really hones in and focuses on self.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, and no disrespect to anyone's beliefs, you know what I'm saying? But if you cannot look inside yourself and you can't, you know what you need to do, you know, in order to change things, you know, because things must change, you know, that's a fact, you know.
Snapple.
Nothing stays the same, you know what I'm saying? We keeping it funky, right?
As you should.
You feel me? So the thing that I love about being able to explore spirituality is, you know, breath work. You know what I'm saying? I actually was invited. Shout out to Sadhguru. You know what I mean? I went and did some of his programs. Another one of my OGs, Michael Beckwith, who also is a spiritualist, as I like to call, you know what I mean? And these are profound brothers that have just, you know, well of knowledge and experience. And, you know, my experiences has carried me to this place, you know, of ultimate trust within myself, and has introduced me to, you know, the accountability of self. And if you can't, you know, hold yourself accountable, then, you know, nobody else will.
But
you know
where do you draw that doctrine from? Like, what book do you read?
Well, it's not books. It's just more so. I mean, there is books.
But what I'm saying is, would you call yourself religious or spiritual?
No, I'm definitely spiritual. I think that I understand, you know, all the different colors and shades of and aspects of spirituality. But I find that the deepest one, you know, is the one of the exploration of self. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, breath work, all of these things, you're not, you know, just stuck to a certain type of culture. You know what I'm saying? And also my nana, you know what I'm saying? My nana, you know, coming up, she never told us this. You know what I'm saying? But
so I know, your nana to you is your mom or your auntie or
my nana is my grandmother.
Your grandmother,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, she passed away last year. She transitioned, became an ancestor, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
But when I was a kid, you know, she introduced a lot of things to us, you know, and, you know, I didn't know at the time, but, you know, she was practicing Ifa. You know what I mean? And
African.
Yes, African spirituality. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we had to learn.
That's like in Butu, right?
Yes, in Butu, I think that's another place.
Well, let me shut the fuck up because
I know who you're talking about though.
But it's Ifa. I didn't even know it existed. But basically, in a nutshell, and correct me if I'm wrong, they draw their understanding from ancestors
Yes.
from before time.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yes.
And they wear the beads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't even understand, you know what I'm saying? That's what Nana was doing. But, you know, we still was, you know, learning a little bit of Swahili and, you know what I mean, instead of Christmas, you know what I mean, we would light the candles, you know what I mean, Kuji Chakalia, and, you know, so we were very cultured.
Yeah.
You know, I've had so many experiences, you know what I mean? And once I started really diving in, you know what I mean, I found myself a lot more connected and present in my experience called life. You know what I'm saying? Spirituality does that, you know what I mean? It you know, like being in nature, you know, finding yourself, sitting with yourself. These are all things that really connect you to this experience. And as I've been exploring that, man, it's such a beautiful thing.
Oh my goodness.
Such a beautiful thing, you know?
Is. But I feel like hearing you talk about it is just refreshing too. Yeah, and granted, there's a respect. It's almost like I was saying this earlier. Like, if you don't respect nothing, you can't expect it back. Right. And I don't care if you practice Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism. I just, like, you got to believe in something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to hear that, I think religion, to the point that you said, is a practice of self and self-accountability and holding yourself to the moral compass of that alone. It's not for you to judge. Because everybody's going through their whole journey in its own right. And it doesn't matter if you're a regular degular or a damn Jane Doe or John Doe. Everybody's world can get noisy.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? And what do you do in a time of chaos that grounds you back to the core essence of who you are?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I like that. I want to touch on the topic of co-parenting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, including myself, you know, need assistance in understanding different practices of healthy co-parenting.
Yeah.
You know, and how has that been able to shake for you?
Well, you know, it's something that's constantly transforming still. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning, you know, and I gotta definitely shout out my kids because, you know, they're the motivation. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, you know, it's about them for me. You know what I mean? And they have voiced their opinion on the importance of us just being together. And I never understood what that meant because I actually never experienced that. You know, my pops wasn't able to be around in certain important moments, you know, to hug my mom and for me to see that love and to understand how influential that is to a child's mind and what they see for themselves in the future. You know, having a respectful relationship, you know, it really does wonders to, you know, the child ability to learn and also deal with stress. You know, coming into, you know, their selves. You know what I'm saying? So it's been cool. It's been cool, man. You know what I mean? Being able to finally get into a better place. You know, I would say time has definitely been a healing mechanism. You know what I'm saying? And I would say also maturity, you know what I'm saying? Maturity, I always say it actually takes work, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you can have like a older person's vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think maybe some people are more, you know, inspired to be mature, but maturity is a part of and process of life, you know what I mean? Everybody at some point in time got to be like, okay, wait a minute, you know what? This is not happening because of me. You know, it might be some other things going on, you know, and to also be forgiving, you know what I'm saying? And realizing that, you know, we're all not perfect and we make mistakes and not taking certain things to heart, you know what I'm saying? But also creating boundaries, for yourself. Also being able to know your limitations.
Identifying non-negotiables.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's important too, you know what I mean? Because, I think sometimes people feel like it just sounds good, but it's real magic in the work. You know what I'm saying? It don't just sound good. You gotta actually try it out, you know what I'm saying? But, to speak to that, having your non-negotiables, having your all right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On both sides.
Yeah, on both sides. Yeah. And also the ability, to know when it's time to walk away or to
Bro,
take a beat.
I'm in a spot right now where I have 2 baby mothers. And it's tricky because anytime you have more than 2 entities, there's always going to be difference, Yeah. I'm just so lucky to have the I've been saying this a lot, but the ecosystem to what I believe in, they share that. You know what I'm saying? And
That's beautiful.
I like love, bro. Like I grew up in a situation, like my dad's an alpha. Like alpha. It's like, yes, sir, no, sir, stand up and, greet, shake hands and, look a man in his eye type stuff, And he never was a person to like, son, I love you. Yeah, come here, boy, give me a kiss. Like one of them situations where it's like, I knew it though, you know? And like for me, like with my children, like I'm the dad. I'm like, bro, all right, boy, give me a dap, boy. Come here, man, give me a hug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cool to give me a kiss, like Shakira, like come, like it's so important to me
sure.
But that doesn't make me love my children more than my dad loved us. You see? It's just different parenting styles, and you just have to balance that out. Because you've seen horror stories of different beliefs, whether it's religion, whether it's eating habits, whether it's whatever it is. It's like I don't teach that. You know? But that's just something that it's a constant work for everybody involved to have like that, parent their children in a healthy environment, whether you're with the mom or you're with the dad or what have you. Man, before we get out of here, bro, tell me about the projects that, you got coming up, and also you just released, something back in May. Yeah. How was that whole process?
Man, Full Circle, that's the album, the project, and Full Circle is a O, you know what I'm saying? Opulence, opportunity, it's the O, you know what I mean? And it's a cohesive, no skip album, you know what I mean? I would definitely encourage everybody to tap in and get into it. It's great vibrations, you know what I'm saying? It's songs for moments, you know what I'm saying? But all around, I've always been able to appreciate, any body of work, that has a cohesive theme. And the cohesive theme is love, sex, expression, spirituality, really diving in and having a great time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we dropped Sonic Book 1 in May, and then I'm dropping Sonic Book 2 either late November or early December. Yeah, so Full Circle Sonic Book 1, Full Circle Sonic Book 2, 11/11. You know what I mean? So we're gonna keep clipping y'all up with new waves to, the vibe
dropping
with.
Little drops.
You feel?
I feel.
Just like the rain. Yeah. And then getting prepared for tour, you know what I mean? Top of the year, February. And then again, like I was telling you, my TV show, which is called Involved, just sold it to All Black. And the interesting thing about this show is it's around polyamory, you know what I mean? So so it's gonna be a real interesting show for the community to tap into. You're probably poly already, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now, you know what I'm saying?
We got some time. I think, no, hold on, like, let's stay here for a second.
Okay.
Number one first is, where do you draw inspiration for like all these many different projects? Like, everybody's different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people do it in isolation. Some people have to do it in a they have to feel energy from other people, club, travel, you know, have to be in a space that they don't necessarily know, nature, right? Like, where do you draw that mental side to say, okay, it's time to drop the, okay, boom, I'm feeling like I need to drop me, okay, boom, I want to do this.
Right. Well, I mean, for a long time, I've been, you know, like catching up to myself, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's hard to catch up with myself, especially when it comes to certain projects, particularly after, you know, my transition from, you know, the traditional, you know, record deal into independence, you know what I'm saying? I was creating differently at those times. So I always try to, you know, I always make effort to create in the now, you know what I mean? And when it come out, it come out. How it roll out, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, you know, we stay clipped up because, you know, I'm always thinking of the next thing. I'm drawing not only from my personal experience, which is a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm always looking for that thing that connects to everybody, you know, whether that be like getting over something or whether that be, you know, having a victory moment. I'm always looking to tell stories that have this arc, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always usually drawing from real places, you know what I mean? Real experiences. Those are the things that motivate me, you know, to make the songs that I make, to, you know, curate my art, you know what I'm saying? But when you're able to draw from that space, it's infinite, you know what I mean?
Which is true.
It's infinite.
Now take me to where the polyamory, polygamous.
Yeah. So I'll talk about the show, then I also share my personal experience because I was introduced to it through this wonderful young lady, you know what I mean? And she would just share memes with me. And she would be like, oh, do you know about this? And then I was like, this is curious. I'm like, what is this about? You know what I'm saying? Then I started doing my research. And then I started doing some historical research, you know what I mean? And then, you know, I started recognizing and realizing like how in different places, this is normal for different other places and how it affects their, you know, ecosystem and culture and, you know, viewpoint in the world. And it was very intriguing to me, you know what I mean? And then I started seeing the culture, you know, kind of, you know, take a turn towards that, you know what I mean? Like I see that that is something that, you know, a lot more guys are honest about, you know? I think that, you know, personally, there are men out there that, well, let me say this, there are women out there that are so amazing that you don't need 2 or 3 women, you know what I'm saying? Which was like kind of interesting to me because I'm like, okay, well, why would you want, you know, to have a dynasty? Like, why does China do that? You know, why do all these other, you know, different cultures do that besides us? You know, where did it come from? And it was so interesting to me, and I had to just be honest with myself, and I had to ask myself, you know, do I want to be with one woman? You know, why? Why not? And the exploration of this really gave me the inspiration with having my own personal experiences to create a show about it. You know what I'm saying? And in the show, we're going to be showing everyone how, you know, if you don't choose to be in a monogamous relationship, or you got like side chicks, or you know, are free to experience anything, you're being polyamory. You know, you're sharing.
So, is that where you are right now?
Well, I would say yes and no. You know, I'm still exploring exactly what it is that I want. You know what I mean?
If you could have it your way, how many would you want to have?
I would say probably no more than 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, unless you're like really planning on building a community, you know what I mean? Like, relationships are more than the physical aspect, you know what I mean? And when you add multiple energies to any situation, you know, there's things to be considered, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, some people, you know, they're not open. You know, some people, you know, want to have ownership over their partner. You know, they want to...
Stop right there.
What?
Because this is what I do know about the word love. Love is not bondage.
Yes, that's facts.
Love is not fear.
That's facts.
Love is not control. Love is not hindrance. Love is freedom.
Yeah.
Love is peace. Love is harmony.
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy that I don't know in time. I believe it has a lot to do with government.
Okay.
And when I say government, I might as well use another word to supplement for government: control.
Okay.
Because let's use other beliefs. In some beliefs, you can have multiple wives.
Yeah.
But on paper, the government only gives you one wife.
Right, right.
There's only, I think, 2 mammals, and I've said this before, that are monogamous by default. It's penguins and dolphins. And I also want to add in ducks.
Oh, okay.
Like when a duck finds its mate, it sticks with them.
Right, right.
You know, for a lifetime, right?
Yeah.
But when you talk about any other mammal,
Right.
lions,
Yeah.
dogs, try to keep 2 dogs down and take that same dog to a dog park
Right.
and see what happened.
Right.
Don't stay there too long, because you think he hunching that dog on pillow. You see what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Horses.
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I mean? Like, look at the anatomy of how we think. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's like we're more polygamous than we give credit to.
Right.
If we were monogamous, we would only have one.
That's facts.
And I say to myself, it's like, yo, I don't want to hide nothing from my partner.
Yeah.
Therefore, I must teach how.
And
you know what I mean?
That's why it was so intriguing to me, because, you know, even with having, you know, all of this energy, it is a part of it to be able to have open dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, it's a truth. It's a truth that a lot of men have that only some will be able to accept, you know, and hopefully there's a larger conversation. So, you know, the rest of the world can, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we're all here for a unique journey, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we a chapter in some other people's stories, you know, sometimes we're a book, you know, sometimes we, you know, divinely linked to certain people in their journeys, you know what I'm saying? I strongly believe in that, and crossing paths, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, you know, like raising up your children, you know what I'm saying, experiencing love, you want to have someone that's transparent. You want to have someone that's honest about where they are. You know, I find that you have the greatest relationship has those qualities.
Yes.
You know, the ability to have tough conversations, you know what I'm saying?
People don't do it.
Yeah, about what you want.
Not enough.
Yeah, that's facts. What you want.
Yeah, know
what do you want? How bad do you want it? Why do you want it?
But most people
You know
don't, and I know we got to close, but most people don't even know what they want.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like, I want this baller, I want this badass chick,
Right.
I want, you know, this, that, and the third, but you don't know what comes with that.
Yeah, that's facts.
I oftentimes tell people, I say, yo, you don't get to decide what baggage you get to pick up at the door.
Right.
Life is all about evolving,
Period.
right? And you wasn't coming in with the energy that you wanted to share me with, you know, Keisha, da-da-da-da. But it's also like, yo, you need, like, men, stand on your shit.
Yeah.
Women, stand on your shit. It ain't about, you know, trying somebody. It's just about understanding them. Because that's really what love, like you said, is about. It's transparency. It's like, I know that. I know that person. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, to me, the best experience that I've had in, you know, unfiltered, no expectation love is with my children. And when I said, if a girl can't even love me close to this, now what's the point?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's so unconditional, you know what I'm saying? It's so with loving eyes and no expectation, but to just be there for them, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's what a great relationship is, you know? And again, we all have ups and downs, you know what I mean? But the most important thing is gonna be that understanding.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Period.
Man, you can't pick up my Louis bag if you can't pick up that trash bag, baby.
Yeah, and it's like, damn.
Like, put the boxing gloves on. You know what I'm saying? To have these conversations with your partner.
Yeah,
you know, because it's only greatness that can come from it in uncomfortable situations like that pencil. You feel what I'm saying?
Period.
So once you're able to bypass that and understand your partner even more,
come on.
It's like, yo,
that's
okay, I don't like that about you. Or it's like, I appreciate your honesty.
Right.
Thank you for sharing that. And now I can love you better because I have more insight.
Exactly. And you need that for love.
You definitely
need that for love. You got to know, oh, okay, wait a minute, see, I don't fuck with that right there. So how am I going to deal with this? Am I going to deal with this?
You know what's funny?
It's an agreement.
Man, and even in my relationship, it's like, bro, like my girl knows what not to, like what perfume not to wear. It's like, and it comes out like,
look at the consideration.
That shit stank, man. I spent $1,500 on that's your dumb ass fault for spending that damn much on the damn. You should have took your ass to CVS or Walgreens and then asked them to unlock the key, you know, for this damn whatever, Rihanna or Britney Spears or some, you know, they don't got bond number 9 enough, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Bro. Man, Omarion.
Yo.
Bro, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, my good brother.
Thank you. As we end things here at Funky Friday, man, I see my boy, you know, back there in the back still got them shades on. Like, hey. Yeah. Okay, I gotta get him out. It's gotta be. Here you go. So we're gonna go right here in unison. We're gonna start with this camera, then we're gonna go to this camera, and then we're gonna finish up with this camera right there with OG back there in the back. You feel me?
Yeah.
Here we go. One finger, one pinky, one thumb. We're gonna say one love all together. All together. One love.
Hey. Hey, let's go.
I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, thank you for having me, bro.
Sir.
Yes, sir.